started like any other morning, gray light creeping through the blinds, silence where laughter should have been. I remember waking up and lying still, holding my breath, as if the world might whisper something different if I just waited long enough. But the room said nothing. The air held nothing. It was just another Tuesday, another day that didn't know my name. It was my birthday. I was turning 12, or maybe 13. I'm not sure anymore. The years blurred together when no one's counting. There were no balloons, no candles, no voices echoing happy birthday down the hallway, just the same sound of distant traffic, the creak of the floorboards, and the quiet ache in my chest that I'd come to know too well. The kind of ache that sits inside you like a forgotten song. I learned not to expect anything. That was the first lesson the world gave me. Expectation leads to pain. Hope was a currency I couldn't afford. But that morning, something small in me still waited. A flicker, a child's instinct. Maybe someone would remember. Maybe there would be a card on the kitchen counter, a cupcake, a smile, anything. I padded out to the kitchen barefoot, the tiles cold beneath my feet. The foster home was quiet. The other kids were already gone to school. The woman who watched over us I never called her mom sat at the table, smoking. She looked up at me like she couldn't quite place where I belonged. Her eyes passed over me the way people pass over wallpaper. Familiar, forgettable. I made my own breakfast. Toast with no butter, cereal without milk. She didn't say a word, didn't ask why I was quiet, didn't notice the way I sat a little straighter, hoping. I almost said it, almost opened my mouth to speak the truth. Today is my birthday, but the words sat heavy on my tongue. I swallowed them with my dry toast and told myself it didn't matter. Because it didn't, not to her, not to anyone. At school, it was the same, no one knew. I walked the halls like a ghost. A shadow that drifted behind lockers and whispers. I watched other kids getting hugs, hearing plans for parties and gifts. I told no one. Not because I wanted to be strong, but because I was tired of being disappointed. The worst kind of hurt is the one you see coming and still can't dodge. That afternoon, I walked home alone. I took the long way, even though I knew the streetlights would come on before I got back. I just didn't want to be seen, didn't want to answer questions with fake smiles. I passed houses with streamers on their porches, doors that opened to warm meals and names spoken with love. Behind each window, someone was being remembered. Someone mattered. And I didn't. I stopped at the corner store with the last of my allowance. Bought myself a candy bar. I stood outside and unwrapped it like it was a present, even though no one had wrapped it. I lit an invisible candle in my mind and whispered a wish into the wind. Just one. Let me feel love just once. I didn't expect the wish to come true. Wishes, like birthdays, belong to other people. That night, I cried in the shower, quietly. The kind of crying that doesn't make sound, just shakes your body and leaves you empty. I curled up under the covers afterward, hugging a pillow that didn't hug back. The room was dark, but it wasn't the darkness that hurt. It was the forgetting, the being overlooked, the feeling that I could vanish, and the world would keep spinning. That wasn't the first birthday that no one remembered, and it wouldn't be the last. When you grow up in foster care, or with no real home, time becomes strange. You measure your life in case numbers and transitions, not milestones. No baby book, no birthday photos, no cake-stained cheeks or party hats. Just memories that you have to write for yourself because no one else is holding the pen. I used to wonder what kind of person I'd be if someone had remembered. Would I smile more? Would I believe I deserve good things? It's hard to say. I spent so long building myself in the shadows. I forgot what sunlight feels like. But something changed. Not all at once. Not like in the movies. There was no magical moment, just small shifts. Quiet awakenings. I started giving myself what others never did. I bought a cupcake one year, put a candle in it, lit it in my room, and sang to myself. Off-key. Awkward, but real. I blew out the candle with tears in my eyes. It wasn't perfect, but it was mine. I learned how to honor my own existence. I didn't wait for the world to remember me, I remembered myself. I wrote my name on cards and left them in drawers. I journaled what I loved about who I was becoming. I made playlists to celebrate surviving another year, because that's what birthdays are when you've walked through fire and kept breathing their proof. Each forgotten birthday taught me something I didn't ask to learn. How to be strong without applause. How to keep going without being seen. How to hold myself when no one else would. And still, I forgave them, the people who forgot. The ones who never knew. Not for their sake, but for mine. Carrying their forgetfulness was too heavy. I put it down. I didn't let their silence define me. I redefined myself. Now, when I see a calendar with my birth date circled in red, it's not because someone else marked it. It's because I did. I chose to celebrate. I chose to remember. I chose to make space in the world for someone like me. There's a strange beauty in reclaiming your story and taking back days that once hurt and making them holy. My birthday isn't sad anymore. It's sacred. A reminder that even when no one else lit a candle, I was always aflame. Flickering, maybe, but never out. So if you're listening to this and your birthday feels like just another day, if no one's called, no one's texted, no one remembered, please hear me. You still matter. Your birth wasn't a mistake. Your presence isn't invisible. You are the proof that love can grow in even the most forgotten corners of the world. Maybe no one showed up with cake. Maybe no one sang. But you showed up. You got through another year. And that is something worth honoring. This is for the birthdays spent alone, for the tears hidden behind closed doors, for the quiet courage of kids who raised themselves without candles, without cards, without cheers. This is for you. Happy birthday. You're still here. And that means everything.